Johanna, why don't you share with us what are some of those wins? What are you most proud of?
First off, I started this program without knowing a single thing about trading. I was able to move on to a funded account. I passed on the first try. I've been told that that's very
Yes.
special. I have an 80% winning rate. That's
Yeah, let's go.
second thing that I'm excited about. I have limited time, but I do take seriously my hour of trading.
In 3 months, you went through the course, you did the simulator, you got 25K in funding, only trading 1 hour a day. This month, you haven't lost a single day. That
Yeah.
alone is incredible. All right, so today I have the pleasure of having my friend Johanna.
Thank you for having me.
I wanted to have you on today because you're at the 90 days of the coaching program and you've been absolutely crushing it. So I wanted to have the opportunity to share some of those wins, learn more about what you think is working really well for you right now, and offer some value to those that are watching who perhaps are just getting started with trading or that have been trying without much success. So, Johanna, why don't you share with us what are some of those wins? What are you most proud of?
First off, I started this program without knowing a single thing about trading. The first month was really challenging to get used to a new routine, having the discipline to connect at least 1 hour a day, go through the program, the theory, and then practicing on the charts, which was something I've never done before. I barely understood. However, consistency and following the plan and following the rules, it started to build up and I started to have winning days over and
Mhm.
over again till I was able to move on to a funded account. I passed on the first try. I've been told that that's very
Yes.
special because I have no one to compare it with. I had no idea if that was like a big win. You've been telling me that it's a great achievement. Working on my trendline trades, I have an 80% winning rate on those. That's
Yeah, let's go.
second thing that I'm excited about. And yeah, that's what I'm the most proud of.
I love it. I mean, you came into the program just for context, zero experience, didn't know anything about trading. And for those that don't know, you could trade your own money, but you could also work with companies that provide funding if you know how to trade. So Joanna here did a challenge and she was able to pass and get 25,000 in funding on the first attempt, which for those that are experienced, you may know how difficult that is to do, right? That is huge in only 90 days. And not only that, she was sharing with us how she's winning 8 out of 10 trades. That's really freaking good. That's even higher than me. So proud of you. I know you're brand new into trading. You didn't know anything. When we spoke on the phone, you're like, I don't know anything. But you did say something that I really like. You said, I have no expectations. I'm here to learn. What do you think trading was going to be like? And was it what you were expecting? Like,
Honestly, I didn't have any expectations. I just knew that the program was interesting to me just because it was only 3 months of time investment. I was seeing your students through your socials having wins and the live trading sessions. I was very curious to see what was that about, and everybody was making like $1,000 a day, $5,000 a day, and I'm like, is this cannot be possible, right? So I own a beauty business, and to make $1,000 in 2 minutes, it's virtually impossible, right? So I was like, maybe I should give it a try. To me, what's appealing? Only 3 months. You start on the simulator basically right away, so you're very hands-on since the beginning. And if you follow the strategies, which are very simple and straightforward, and you follow the rules, not only your rules, but your own rules, right? You have to try to get
mm-hmm.
to know yourself to see what limitations are you gonna set when you're trading. If you are an anxious trader, if you are a risk taker, you have to like manage your risk a little bit and your expectations. So yeah, for me, it was more about just learning the strategies and stick to the plan, straightforward.
Few things that I want to point out there. Discipline's been huge. And this month, you haven't lost a single day. One thing that I've noticed about you is that you're very disciplined. You actually walk away when you need to. You wait for the best trades, you take them, and then you are done. And you walk away when maybe other people may not. And we all have to learn those lessons, but I don't think it's a coincidence that you're winning so often. What would you say has been maybe one of the biggest challenges that you had? I'm sure trading is not always rainbows and butterflies. Like, is there anything that you've had a challenge with?
As you know, the month of October was a little bit challenging for me. I started having for the first time since in my 3 month trading journey losses. I was having difficulty not taking those losses personal. right? I was even questioning, like, is this for me? And I was on the simulator, so I was thinking, what if this was real money? And I'm like losing every day. I didn't like the feeling, and I didn't even like how it looked on TraderView, which is which is a
Yep.
platform that we use to
Track the
measure
performance.
your performance. And when I started seeing all of those red days, I started to question myself, and I started doing the trades with fear and disconnected completely from my intuition, right? I had to step back and then regroup and understand that it's going to happen and it's part of the game. And once my emotions were calmed and steady, then I went back a week later and I started winning again.
What you've gone through is very common, right? It's just that as a new trader, you're experiencing that for the first time. But I really love seeing how you were able to come back from that, learn the lessons, try to figure out what was going on. We started to hide in the risk at the end of the week, but when you came back, you've been on fire, right? So give us some context, like how much time would you say you're spending a day trading? Do you practice? What does your routine look like?
I do have a full-time job. I own a beauty salon. I'm an artist and entrepreneur, so I have limited time to trade. I do not practice. Maybe it's not a great thing to say, but I do take seriously my hour of trading. On the simulator, on my funded account, on my evaluation, I made sure that those 2 hours, maybe hour and a half, I had zero distractions. I was sitting on my desk exactly at the same time, and I was fully committed. So my routine just consists on logging in at 9:30 and yeah, sitting through the trading session till 10:30, sometimes 11. Even when I'm done, sometimes I just stay there, just seeing what happened, but I just don't place. I have a rule, no more than 4 trades per day.
I love
That's
it. And you actually stick to it,
yes.
which is important. Yeah, we were chatting yesterday. We were discussing this, and I was surprised because you're definitely one of the best traders that has gone through the program, but you don't even practice. Literally, what she does is she just trades for 1 hour. She's committed to that 1 hour. She's all in, focus. But then it's almost a good thing that you have all the things going on. So
Mhm.
you're not like in the computer all day long trying to find trades. Actually works in your favor. In 3 months, you went through the course, you did the simulator, you got 25K in funding, only trading 1 hour a day. That
Yeah.
alone is incredible. That's a huge accomplishment. What would you say has, in your opinion, allowed you to be so consistent now? Is there something that you think you're doing that gives you that edge?
I think the consistency comes from following my own rules. And when I say my own rules, is because you do give us a base of what we should be doing or not doing. But it gets a little bit more personal when you know what your weaknesses are. Let's say when I start my day, I start with the minimum amount of contracts. So if I lose, my moral is not on the floor with a big
Yes.
loss, and then I can recover that faster as I go. So yeah, following my own rules, not getting greedy has been a big thing. And when I'm losing, just step away. I have no business in trying to recover it because then I feel I already have bad juju that day. So I rather just tap
Yes.
out and go. Next day, I'm gonna have a better energy and mood to move forward.
And from my perspective, seeing you go through the process, I will say you're dead on. Things I think really, really help you in your process. You're very methodical. You're talking about not going too big too soon early in the day, because you're right. If you start the day with a big loss, that already puts you in a hole and emotionally as well. It's harder
Mm.
to recover from. So you're strategic with the size of the trades, not getting too greedy. You take the profits, you walk away. And I know we talk about this all the time. Easy to say. Then lastly, walking away when you're in the red. Because losses are inevitable in trading. They're not going away. Everybody has them. Not Johanna, because she's Johanna, but everybody else has losing days. And so part of it is keeping those small, not trying to make the money back. It is what it is. Come back tomorrow. Tomorrow's another day. Cutting that early makes a huge difference.
Actually, that strategy really worked with my evaluation. I spent 20 days winning money, losing money, winning money, losing money. But my losses were so small, and I was just removing myself from the charts as soon as I started having little losses. But I was like, nope, I'm not risking it. And I was able to win, to pass my evaluation in just 1 week.
Yes.
Just because of that, because my losses were too small, I was able to recover in that 1 week.
For those that are probably already trading, you guys know how important managing risk is. you're going to learn how to make money. Like, you know how to make money. The key is, can we keep it? And if things are not working out, can we limit those losses so you can always come back? So you're right. You were winning, losing, winning, losing. You're kind of like a break even, a little bit in the red, but your losses were under control. So that when you crush it that last week, you're actually able to pass and you weren't trying to dig yourself out of a huge loss, which
Mhm.
happens often. Let's say that somebody's watching this in the future. Perhaps they're looking to get into trading. Maybe they've already talked to me. They're on the fence. They're not sure if this is what they want to do, or maybe they're a little bit scared. What would you say to someone in that position now that you're on the other side?
Oh my gosh, it's just go for it. Give it a try. That you have more to win than to lose. You have a simulator where you are trading the real market with zero risk. You can also have the option of having a funded account. You don't have to risk your own money. You just have to try to be good and try to practice and try to commit. I mean, I think you win much more than what you lose. It's a program that you consume really, really fast. I don't think there's anything that you can do outside of trading that gives you that reward so fast, right? Like sometimes, for example, in business, it took me like 2 years to even break even. In trading, it's like you get the reward immediately. Like you say, pull the trigger.
Yeah, and what business allows you to learn on a simulator, risking nothing, and
Mm-hmm.
only putting your money on the line once you understand what you're doing? You
Mm-hmm.
don't get that in business, right? Like you
Mm-hmm.
open a location, you buy all the equipment, you have inventory. There's no simulator for that. You have to
Right,
put in the money
right,
first, and
right.
then you just betting on that it's going to work. You get the opportunity to not only learn on the simulator and not even have to use your own money, which a lot of people don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But if you know how to trade, you can get the capital. Any final words before we go?
I've told you 10,000 times, I think you are an amazing coach. There's an extra added value having a hand that it's holding you in your entire process, not only giving you the information and the strategies, but also the follow up, the coaching calls, the tweaking and adjusting what's working and what's not, giving you feedback in real time. If I have a question, if I have doubts, whatever it is, I have you like on speed dial and I'm all the time like, help me, I don't know, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? So, I mean, I think that makes a world of a difference and it makes it less scary of being thrown into this gigantic, massive world. Your hand is being held by someone who experienced it and know it, and also having a community like the one you have where everybody is sharing their traits, everybody is sharing their experiences, and maybe you can relate to someone who's going through the same thing that you are. You feel supported. It's huge.
Well, thank you so much for the kind words. And it's been an absolute pleasure to work with you. I love seeing how far you've gone in only 3 months. And I
Thank
know you're
you.
going to be back here for another interview once those payouts are coming through. I have no doubt about that. Thank you so much for being here, and we'll see you in the next one.
Thank you.